Yes. Yeah, y'all. Happy America out there. 2-5 is here. Sports Reports is ordered. Do me a favor. Like, review, subscribe, do all the free things, do all of the good things. So tonight I wanted to come to you real quick. I was looking at something, I heard some chatter, and a lot of people have been talking about potential NFL expansion. Now we know the NFL has been taking these trips to Europe. Usually the Jacksonville Jaguars end up getting the short end of the straw, or maybe they like it, but the Jaguars, this is the second straight season that they're going to play back-to-back games in Europe. Funny. I find that odd. But anyway, I was reading an article on ESPN about Bill Barnwell, the great Bill Barnwell. He's a very knowledgeable expert in all things football, all things analytics. He was talking about some places that he thought would deserve NFL teams. So I decided to kind of do my own thing, pick out my own places, cities that I think may or may not deserve NFL expansion. So here we go. So taking it from the top, I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be accused of any of that. I try to just tell the truth as I see it. So the first city that I thought of when it comes to teams or cities that could get an NFL team, I thought San Antonio. 1.5 million people. You got, Ron Nirenberg, the mayor, who has gone on record saying that he wants a team here by 2030. Good luck with that, Ron. But, it's the most populous city in the nation that does not have an NFL team. They've already been in talks, trying to woo the Jaguars, trying to woo the Raiders at one point in time. Already have the Alamo Dome. So infrastructure is in place. You have the UFL with the Brahmas here who made it to the championship game. San Antonio is different enough culturally from Dallas and Houston. It's its own identity. But the problem is when you get into those pesky territorial rights. Is Jerry Jones going to allow another team in Texas? Does Houston want another team to share with? Being that they're still in their infancy as the Texans. Those are the questions that could hold San Antonio back. But there is data out there that by 2034, that you might see an influx of 4 million people in this corridor between Austin and San Antonio. So I chose San Antonio over Austin just because of some of that stuff that we're talking about. Like in Austin, you would have to share with the University of Texas until you get the southeast corner cleared out near the F1 track potentially for a team. But, Salt Lake City, again, not trying to be biased, Salt Lake City, you got 1 million people in the metro, far enough away from Denver and California that you don't have to worry about being infringed on by Broncos, 49ers, so on and so forth, even though a lot of people are already fans of those teams there. But look at the Utah Jazz. Even though, they're considered a small market, they're not considered a destination. Look at how successful that franchise has been. They just got awarded an NHL team. So maybe this could be a trial run, and we see what happens with that. Memphis. If you've been following Sports Reports is Ordered, 2-5 Daily, all that good stuff, you've seen that I've made videos on Memphis in the past as far as why have they not been invited to a Power 5 conference? Far enough away from Nashville, different in culture, like I mentioned about San Antonio, even though Nashville just about doubles them from a population standpoint. You have Arkansas and Missouri to pull from. And then the last team or the last city that I'll mention on this is Hartford, Connecticut. Near and dear to my heart, being that it is a Black majority city, being that it is in New England, in that area. So as it is, I guess, if you live in Connecticut, if you live in Hartford or somewhere near that area, Rhode Island and such, you're stuck choosing between the Patriots, Giants, and Jets. And I mean, who the hell wants to be associated with Boston in the first place? That's first and foremost. But as a team, as a city trying to figure out your own identity, they haven't had a professional team since the Whalers left. And for those of you who are wondering who the hell the Whalers are, they were a popular hockey team that has not existed since I was 16 years old. So Hartford has been starving for professional franchises, being stuck in the middle of these two metropolitan moguls in, like I said, Boston and New York. So, I feel like at this point, it's time to spread our wings a little bit. Now, I've heard other names like Charleston and Columbia, South Carolina. I nixed those. You got Atlanta right there. You got Charlotte right there that dwarf you, first of all. Jacksonville's not too far away. So that area of the country is already covered. That's why I mentioned Salt Lake City, because that can help travel, for your AFC West teams. We always hear every year about the records of the teams going from west to east. So Salt Lake can provide a bridge to kind of stop that. But that's enough from me. I want to know your thoughts. What team or what cities do you think, if the NFL were to expand, what cities do you have your eye on? What cities do you think? I wanted to keep it domestic. I don't want to include Europe and all that, because I'm against all that to begin with. Just keep it domestic. What cities do you think deserve an NFL franchise? I didn't want to include Oakland and St. Louis because we've been there, done that. Oakland can't keep any kind of team right now. So just let me know your thoughts. Like, review, subscribe. Sports Reports is ordered. 2-5 out.